Incoterms, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar. Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will speak on a series of predefined commercial terms published by the International Chamber of the Commerce. This is known as the Incoterms. The International Chamber of Commerce is the largest, most representative business organization in the world. It has hundreds of the thousands of the member companies in over 130 countries and have interest scanning in every sector of private enterprise. A world network of the National Committee keeps the ICC International Secretariat in Paris in front of the about national and regional business priority. More than 2,000 experts drawn from the ICC members company feed their knowledge and experience into drafting ICC stance on a specific business issues. The UN, the World Trade Organization, and many other intergovernmental bodies, both international and regional, are kept in touch with the views of the international business through ICC. The International Chambers of the Commerce was founded in 1919 to serve world business by prompting trade and investment upon markets for goods and services and the free flow of the capital. The organization's international secretariat was established in Paris, and the ICC International Court of the Arbitration was created in 1923. The ICC's first chairman was 20th century French Minister of the Finance, Ethne Chemsley. ICC's current chairman is the Sunil Bharti Mittal. John W.S. Denton is the first vice chairman, and Pedro Floro Crudo and the Dennis M. Nelly are the vice chairman. There are two ways to become a member of ICC: through affiliation with an ICC national committee or group, by direct membership with the ICC International Secretariat when a national committee group has not yet been established in your country or the territory. Policy and the business practices. Commissions examine major policy issues of interest to the world business. Each national committee or group may appoint delegates to represent it at the meeting. Officers are appointed by the chairman and secretary general in consultation with the ANSI. Meeting of the commissions are normally held twice a year. Task force are constituted under the various commissions for the limited period of the undertake a specific project and report back to their parent commission. Some task force may include representative of more than one commission. ICC policies, rules, and standards are prepared by the specialized working body. Normal procedure requires policy statement first to be adopted by examination in consultations with the national committee and then approved by the executive board before they can be regarded as official and public ICC position. Incoterms. The Incoterms rules for the international commercial terms are a series of predefined commercial terms published by the International Chamber of the Commerce, widely used in the international commercial transaction. A series of three-letter trade terms related to the common sales practice. The intercom rules are intended primarily to clearly communicate the task, cost, and risk associated with the transportation and delivery of the goods. The Incoterms rules are accepted by the governments, legal authorities, and practitioners worldwide for the interpretation of the most commonly used terms in the international trade. They are intended to reduce or remove altogether uncertainties arising from different interpretation of the rules in the different country. First published in the 1936, the intercom rules have been traditionally updated with the 8 versions of the Incoterms 2010 having been published on January 1, 2011. Incoterms is the registered trademark of the ICC. History of the Incoterms. The Incoterms rules started developing in 1921 with the forming of the idea by the International Chamber of the Commerce. In 1936, the first set of the Incoterms rules was published. The first set remained in the use of the almost 20 years before the second publication in the 1953. Additional amendment and expansions followed in 1967, 1976, 1980, 1990, and 2000. The eighth and current version of the Incoterms rules, Incoterms 2002, was published on the January 1st, 2011. The eighth published set of the predefined term Incoterms 2000 defines 11 rules, reducing the 13 used in the Incoterms 2000 by introducing to the new rules. Delivery at terminal date, delivery at place DAP. These replace 4 rules of the prior version: delivery at frontier DAF, delivery X ship DAS, delivery X quality DUQ, delivery duty unpaid DDU. Incoterm 2010. In the previous version, the rules were divided into 4 categories, but the 11 defined terms of the Incoterms 2010 were subdivided into the 2 categories based only on method of the delivery. The larger group of the 7 rules applies regardless of the method of the transport, where the smaller group of the 4 being applicable only to sales that solely involve transportation rule over water. Rules for any modes of the transport. The 7 rules defined by the Incoterms 2010 for any modes of the transportation are: number 1, XW, X works, named place of the delivery. The seller makes the goods available at the premises. The term places the maximum obligation on the buyer and minimum obligation on the seller. The X works term is often used when the making an initial quotation for the sale of the goods without any cost included. XW means that the seller has the goods ready for collection at his premises, work, factory, warehouse, and plant on the date agreed upon. The buyer pays all the transportation costs and also bears the risk of the bringing the goods to their final destination. The seller does not load the goods on the collecting vehicles and does not clear them for export. If the seller does not load the goods, he does not show at the buyer's risk and the cost. If parties wish seller to be responsible for the loading of the goods on the departure and to bear the risk and all cost of such loading, this must be made clear by adding explicit working to this effect in the contract of the sale. FCA, free carrier, named place of the delivery. The seller hand over the goods, clear the export into the disposal of the first carrier named by the buyer at the named place. The seller pays for the carriage to the named point of the delivery and risk passes when the goods are handed over to the first carrier. CPT, carriage paid to named place of the destination. The seller pays for carriage risk transfer to buyer upon handling goods over to the first carrier. CIP, carriage insurance paid to named place of the destination. The containerized transport multimodal equivalent to CIP, seller pays for the carriage and insurance to the named destination point, but risk passes when the goods are handed over to the first carrier. DAT, deliver at terminal, named terminal at port or place of the destination. Seller pays for carriage to the terminal except for cost related to the import clearance and assumes all risks up to the point that the goods are uploaded at the terminal. DAP, delivery at place, named place of the destination. Seller pays for carriage to the named place except for costs related to the import clearance and assumes all risk prior to the point that the goods are ready for the unloading by the buyer. DDP, delivery duty paid, named place of the destination. Seller is responsible for delivering the goods to the named place in the country of the buyer and pays all costs in bringing the goods of the destination, including import duties and taxes. This term places the maximum obligation on the seller and minimum obligation on the buyer. Rules for sea and inland waterway transport. The 4 rules define the Incoterms 2010 for the international trade where transportation is entirely conducted by the water are: FAS, free alongside ship, Named port of the shipment. The sailor must place the goods alongside the ship at the named port. The sailor must clear the goods for the export, suitable only for maritime transport, but not for the multimodal sea transport in the containers. This term is especially used for heavy lift or the bulk cargo. FOB, freight on board. Name port of shipment. The seller must load the goods on board the vessel nominated by the buyer. Cost and risk are divided when the goods are actually on board of the vessel. This rule is new. The seller must clear the goods of the export. The term is applicable for maritime and inland waterway transport only, but not for the multimodal sea transport in the containers. The buyer must instruct the seller the details of the vessel and the port where the goods are to be loaded, and there is no reference to or provision for the use of carrier or forwarder. This term has been greatly misused over the last 3 decades. Over since Incoterms 90 explained the FCA should be used for container shipment. Number 3, CFR, cost and freight named port of the destination. Seller must pay the cost and freight to bring the goods to the port destination. However, the risk is transferred to the buyer once the goods are loaded on the vessel. This rule is new. Maritime transport, only the insurance for the goods is not included. This term is formerly known as the CNF. CIF, cost, insurance, and freight, named port of the destination, exactly the same as the CFR, except that the seller must in addition procure and pay for the insurance. Maritime transported only in the 1921. These are the Incoterms which have been given in these lectures.